All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking to some of my fellow partners in crime, talking about watch addicts, and I noticed we all share similar traits. We end up buying more watches than we can handle. Most of us can't handle much more than 8 watches. Most of us like having about 5 or 6 watches. Today's theme is sometimes you can just have too much of a good thing. Too much of a good thing. You know, in 1999, my wife was horrified. She saw me putting a 2-liter Diet Coke in my backpack before I went to teach. And she goes, "What are you doing? What's that?" And I go, "I need caffeine." And she said, "That's disgusting. It's a bunch of chemicals. Have you ever had coffee before?" I go, "No, I don't." I was 40 years old and I had never had coffee. And so I decided to take her advice, and I got into coffee. Ended up buying like 15 coffee percolators from the 1950s and 60s. I have a very extreme personality. Had bad radio reception one day, and got obsessed with radios. Had like 85 radios one time. I've had 65 watches before. Too much of a good thing. Bruce Williams made a video today. He said he wants a nice, clean, lean, powerful collection with just a few nice, powerful pieces. And it made me think, you know, if I had to pare things down, you know, what are my two favorite Seikos? I was wearing my Tuna. It always looks good, but I never bond with it that much because it's quartz and it's hard lex. In fact, Carlos called me. He lives in LA. He's a watch guy like me. He bought a Tuna 033, and he said it arrived with a little scratch on the hard lex crystal, but he loves it. He says it sings on his wrist. I have a hard time bonding with him. My monsters are lovely, but my only thing about the monsters is when I wear them, I'm not wearing my very 2 favorite Seikos are the Seiko SBD C051 and the Seiko SBD C065. I don't think you can see it. It's sun's coming down here. Probably not the best time to make a video. On the other hand, during this pandemic, there's not a lot of video time situations, you know. So, but my very 2 favorite Seikos, they do have sapphire on them, and they are automatic, and that's just the way it is. That's how I'm hardwired. I would, geez, man, would I sell the Tunas and the monsters in 2020? I don't know. I mean, if I did, I would do the Great Experiment. You guys heard of the Great Experiment? That's when you take watches that you think you might want to sell, but you're not sure, and you know, you suffer from seller's remorse, and you're going to rebuy them and stuff. The test is you put them away for a couple months. You put them away where you can't get to them. Far away, man. Every time I say that, someone on my channel says, "I'll take them, bro. I'll take them from you, bro. Come on, man, send them to me." Yeah, I always get someone like that. So it's interesting, though. You know, watch guys. 95% of the watch guys I talk to are just never happy having big collections. You know, if I were to sell the 2 Tunas that I have and the 2 monsters, it would hurt. It would be like tearing a scab off of a wound or ripping the Band-Aid off of a wound. And but you know what? Hey, maybe in the long run, you're happier. In my experience, then I talked to Tony. Same thing. He sold a bunch of watches. Actually, Tony no longer owns any Seikos. Tony sold his Grand Seiko Snowflake, so he just has a couple of Tudors and a G-Shock, and he's happier. He's happier. Bruce Williams is talking about how he'd be happier on his video that he made today, as he's exploring having a fewer, more expensive pieces. Good for him, man. So too much of a good thing. And then my buddy Lance from Scotland, he tells me I just have too many watches. I'm miserable. It's so weird, man. Most watch addicts, we can't process having all those watches. We seem to want, the sweet spot seems to be between 5 and 8. Too much of a good thing. Well, usually I have my phone notifications off. I put them on because I want to make sure my wife's okay. I mean, probably needs 4 or 5 stitches, probably be alright. She was very happy after we had our stew. The sweet potato stew was excellent. She was loving it, so she was in a pretty good mood. But as you know, I don't make a lot of videos right now. I mean, my family, we're all in here. My wife and I are both teachers. We're always making Zoom lessons for our students. And my daughters are always taking Zoom lessons from their 4th grade teachers. So there's not a lot of video time. I'm sneaking this one in, man. This is a sneaker. I'm sneaking this one in under weird circumstances with my wife getting stitches. And I doubt they're going to reapply the glue. My wife said, it looks like super glue. I could have done it myself. Probably done it better, she said. But I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Too much of a good thing. Will I be getting my collection? I have 10 watches now. Any advice, man? Should I go down to 6? Should I sell my 2 Tunas and my 2 Monsters and go down to 6? Will I be happier? I don't know, man. In my heart, I wonder that if I sold 4, it would be an excuse to get like a, you know, some kind of a little concession, a little consolation, man. But you know how it is, man. You think you're going to buy a consolation prize, a little holy grail. You think it's going to make you complete. You're never complete when you buy a watch. You get a little short adrenaline buzz. You get a little attention on YouTube. Some of your watch community people say, congratulations, and whatever, man. You know, you've been through the ringer. You guys are smart. You've been through the ringer. You know what it's like to be elated and euphoric, and then to if you don't crash, just to go back to normal life, man. You're just a dude, man. Just doing your thing, man. Doesn't matter if your watch costs $300 or $3,000. You're the same dude. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think, man. You think I'd be happier with a 6-watch collection? I don't know. Sounds like freedom. I don't know. We'll see. Until next time, I'm out.